In 1999, a game came out that took the first-person shooter market by storm. This game was Medal of Honor, and since then it went on to spur a slew of different Medal of Honor games, following different characters through World War II, from Operation Market Garden to D-Day and even Pearl Harbor. 2007 was its last game to date, and it slowly was eclipsed by games like Modern Warfare and Battlefield Bad Company. But now, in 2010, EA hopes to reboot the franchise with the aptly named Medal of Honor. This one takes us from World War II and bumps us up to the Modern Warfare era, which is a recurring theme now. Everybody seems to be doing it. This is actually the first time also that the game is anywhere else other than World War II. It was strictly a World War II title. The storyline of this game loosely follows the events that took place on Takagar, or more aptly known, Roberts Ridge now, after a SEAL team and their Chinook was shot down and the United States Army Rangers were sent in to rescue the SEAL team, resulting in 8 deaths for the U.S. Rangers, and one of the Navy SEALs was executed. Now, I say loosely. You can definitely, if you look this story up about Roberts Ridge, you will definitely see that the developers took influences from this situation, tweaked it a little bit, and made a game out of it. And that's basically what the game is about. You play as a Navy SEAL, and it also switches over to a United States Army Ranger, and the stories of those two groups during the early days of the Afghanistan War. You'll do everything from high mountain assaults to taking the airfield at Bagram, all of that. And I have to say, this game has its cool moments and its not so cool moments. One minute you'll be enjoying the game, and the next something will happen that will just make you go, this game blows. Such as texture pop-ins, dialogue cutting out, and the really limited lack of weapons in this game. Now, I'm not complaining, and they did do a really good job at making this game very, very authentic. And when it is working, this game is just awesome on every sense. But as I said, there's texture pop-ins, sometimes the sound cuts out, and the lack of weaponry in the game leaves you wanting a little bit more. This is a first-person shooter, by the way, and I mean, obviously you already knew that, but in a first-person shooter, I want a lot of cool guns. I want to try out different weapons, not just be stuck with one weapon for the whole game. I know that's not real world, but it's a video game. This isn't the real world. That's exactly what it is, a game. It's meant to entertain me. It's not meant to bore me. And at some points in this game, I was pretty bored. Gameplay-wise, it plays out just like any other first-person shooter. The controls are identical to everything from Halo, Modern Warfare, and Battlefield. Right trigger to shoot, you know, there's crouch, go prone, all of that. You know, the right bumper to throw a grenade. It's all the same mapping for any first-person shooter that you've played, basically. So the controls shouldn't be too confusing if you're familiar with a first-person shooter. Now, as I said, with the graphics, there was a lot of texture pop-ins. Sometimes, you know, enemies would just look like blobs of clay. One instance, a goat just looked like a rock because it was that unpixelated. And then it popped in. And even one time, one of my characters was completely just white. Just white, like a piece of paper. And it took a good 3 or 4 minutes before he finally textured in and was normal again. Now, when this game is at its prime and there are no graphical problems, this game is gorgeous. I mean, just stunningly beautiful and looks incredible, especially on a high-def TV at 1080p. I mean, it is awesome. But those graphical hiccups really ruin the game when they happen. They're not every now and again. It seems like they're always happening, and at that rate, it's just not overlooked, or not overlookable, and it really does bring down the value of the game a little bit. Now, sound-wise, I did notice one instance where I could not hear one of the characters talking, and I just had to restart the mission, but that never happened again. So, sound-wise, this game is awesome. The weapons sound authentic, the voice acting is extremely well done, and everything from bombs exploding to the way vehicles sounds just really rings true and sounds authentic. Especially if you guys got those good Turtle Beach headsets, put those on, you're going to definitely be getting some ear candy. Now, multiplayer-wise, multiplayer is seriously lacking, I have to say. If you've played Battlefield Bad Company, you're going to know what to expect from the online here. Obviously, DICE helped make the online for Medal of Honor. Everybody knows that already. And you can definitely tell the minute you hop into an online match. My issue is, here, that there aren't enough maps. At least, it doesn't seem like there are. Supposedly, there's 8 maps. I've only ever played on 2. And I'm pretty high in rank. I've played it quite extensively online already. And I only play 2 maps, and I've played every game mode there is. Also, the lack of weapons here, too, is seriously limiting. The Spec Ops and the Rifleman class both use almost the same exact weapon, just with different attachments. And the Sniper Rifle, when you first go to use that class, doesn't even have a scope. It has a red dot sight, which is like a kick in the balls. And I don't like how you progress and unlock stuff in it as you rank up. Why would I don't care about having extra magazines when I reach level 7, you know. I want more guns. I want to find a class that works for me. I want to feel like the class is my own. And I don't feel like that is true in this game. I feel like it is just very, very, very bare bones. And the guns that they do have are just boring. I mean, just none of them look all that exciting. But aside from that, this game, I gave it a real fair shot, and it is pretty good. So I'm going to give Medal of Honor a 7.5 out of 10. This has been the Video Game Viewer, guys. Thanks for watching.